we're going to continue on with some of the bench training aids today, talking about bench blocks. I had to look and see what they were again. So bench blocks, what are they used for?
Bench blocks are used for training different ranges of your bench. It'll allow you to potentially handle more weight at the lockout, so you can kind of overload it, and then all you're doing is just that shortened range of motion. It can go anywhere from a half board all the way up to a 5 board or a 5 block.
Oh wow! So it's almost, at least in my mind, I think of it kind of similar to the rack pull, but different. Okay.
Yeah, yep. It's like a rack pull for your bench.
Oh, that's pretty cool. So what do you do with the blocks?
Right. So the blocks. First, we'll show you the blocks. You got the blocks right here.
Looks like they have different numbers on them. Looks like different heights.
So you get your different heights. We'll start off with the half board. Good. And the 1 board. And you've got the 2 block, the 3 block, the 4 block, and ultimately a 5 block. And what these do is it just changes the range of the height. So if you had a 5 block, you're getting roughly 5 inches off the chest.
So the bar would be right here. Yeah. Okay, well what about this squishy pad?
So the squishy pad, I think Elite FTS still sells these. I'm not positive though, but essentially the squishy pad is a 1 board. So the board goes to right here, and it has a squish so that when you're bringing the bar down, it'll teach you to lower it slowly into your chest and to be able to pull it. So if you're a geared lifter, or if you just have a lot of issues with touching your chest and losing the tightness, once that bar hits here, you have to try to press it down into your chest to bring it all the way down to the board. So that'll help you with touching and staying tight during your bench press.
All right, and then the last one?
The last one is just a standard bench board, not a bench block, the bench board. And it does the same thing as the squishy pad, but it doesn't have the squishiness. Same thing as the block, except for you need a person to hold it. The one way to get around having a person to hold it is to use a band, tie it around. It does work. It's a little bit sketchy the first couple times. And also remember, as you get up, the board comes with you, so if you hit yourself, you're gonna not like it.
Yeah.
Yep.
That makes sense. You can see behind us we have different heights. Ryan made these ones. So 1 board, 2 board, 3 board, 4 board.
Yep. So you got your 3, 2, and 4 over there. I did not make a 5 board because the 5 board was just not something we were going to use.
Yeah. So what would you use these in different situations?
A lot of times you'll see the gear guys using these to help break in the shirt. So you start off at a really high level with as much weight as you can handle. And that allows the shirt to slowly and eventually stretch it out. It also lets you get used to the weight as it comes down.
Okay.
It gets used to that nice light touch because you don't want to just bounce it off the board. It is extremely beneficial for your triceps. And
well, my triceps need a lot of work.
Yeah. But the board work does do a lot of different things. Don't use boards exclusively. Make sure you still have some actual touches to your chest, and always vary your boards. If all you're ever training to is a 2 board, your body gets used to the 2 board and touch. So when you go to touch that first time after using a 2 board exclusively, it's a huge difference.
Yeah, I can see how that'd become a problem. So in training, how might you put this in a program?
So training, you can do max work to a board 1 week, and then touch raw the next week, or touch to your chest the next week. Or you can use it for like speed work. Speed work, we usually do a touch to the chest for your first main movement, and then you're going to overload it and go to like a 2 or a 3 board, depending upon whatever part you're trying to work. So for us starting out, we'll start off to a 3 board for 3 weeks, and we'll drop it down to a 2 board for 3 weeks, and then a 1 board for 3 weeks, and then just go back through the cycle as the secondary movement.
Okay, so kind of like with the slingshot, it can be used for both aspects of your training.
Yes.
But you don't want to do push-ups with bench blocks.
Probably not. Might be a little bit weird.
That would be awkward.
Yes.
Any words of wisdom for using these?
if you've got a spotter and you have somebody holding the blocks, make sure they hold them the correct way. You don't want it too far forward, you don't want it too far back.
So about what, here?
Yeah, so when you go there, you want the board to be right about here.
Okay.
So if you were to hold it for me, and I'm in my bench position, you'd want to have it just slightly angled. Because if you touch it flat and it catches, it's gonna pop up and hit you.
Like it just did. It's already hitting me this morning, guys. Fair enough. Anything else?
I think that's it.
All right, guys. Thank you guys for joining us again this week.
And as always, like and subscribe.